You're listening to PDR Tool Time, all about PDR stories, tools, and techniques.
For the thousands in attendance, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Mike Toledo, along with John Hiley, Daniel Grom, and Vince D'Alessandro. How you guys been, man? How's things going? How's the week? How's the month? What's crackalacking?
Doing great. Everyone's back in business and busy again. October was a strange month for most of us, but it seems like everything's back in the swing of things. What do you guys feel out there?
It is. I would think that last month would be a really busy month, and then it start to slow down this month because now we've got Thanksgiving coming up and the holidays. But now it seems like it's not even a phase or effect of it. I'm super busy.
I think everyone has money out there and they're spending money and traveling and doing things. The economy's good. Traffic is nuts out here lately, and it's like everyone's out and about doing things and spending money.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even know. I haven't been able to see the light of day since we came back from the Mega Media event. So it's just been, constant getting things prepared, photo editing. Now I had to switch focus to the Dent Trainer Black Friday sale.
Friday.
And our tool giveaway that we have, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later in the podcast. And you guys ain't even going to believe it. I mean, I'll just drop it on you right now. We'll give you a rundown a little bit later. You're going to have to hang on for that, okay? But we have over $16,000. $16,000 worth of tools that are going to be dropped on PDR Tool Time Revolution.
And you're giving them
Facebook group. We're giving them away. Yep. For all the people who sign up for a Dent Trainer membership. They are going to be put on a list. And also, we're going to be having some PDR Tool Time exclusive giveaways for people in the group. So you guys know how I do it. If you guys remember what I did to y'all last year, let's just say I might be doing y'all dirty like that again. So be ready for some all-nighters.
You have a bad memory. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Okay, so Mike, there was comments. Like I got some of the threads last year on the PDR Tool Time exclusive giveaways for the group members that got all the way up to the 2,000 range worth of comments, okay? And basically what I would do, I don't know if I should tell them because some people don't know. Should I tell them?
No.
All right. So yeah, let's leave it a mystery. I'll tell Mike later, okay? I'll fill Mike does it. It's so funny. Like Mike's
I don't remember. I have a bad memory, man. I do. Man.
What did you eat for breakfast this morning, Mike?
I had banana. And I had, I'm trying to remember real quick, and a protein shake. There you go.
All right. Yeah. Your memory's not that bad. So I forget what I ate for breakfast sometimes. So
right.
Yeah, my short-term memory shot, your long-term memory shot. So that's why we work so well together. But yeah, so we're going to be drop the tools. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the podcast, because if y'all ain't a member of the PDR Tool Time Revolution group, I guarantee you guys are going to be begging to knock that door down. Because I think last year when we had this event, there was just drones of people coming to it. And getting into our group because we're going to kill it. It's going to be smashing all weekend. And I may or may not be dressed up like a reindeer while I'm giving some of these away.
Now, John, you also have a couple of them are exclusives. Like they haven't even been released yet. You got exclusive tools.
That is correct. I'll give a little hint out here. So you guys remember we had a podcast back in the day where we talked about Dentcraft. And I think we all agreed that they had really nice tools and really good handles. But we talked a lot about how they wasn't innovating. And Dentcraft reached out to me and they listened to our podcast. And instead of taking offense to it, Richard over there, very, very smart guy that works for Dentcraft. I'm sure he has a team of smart people around him. But he said that he took that to heart. They took it into their meeting, listened to our podcast, and decided to start reinventing the company, Dentcraft, where they get closer to the technicians. And so they hadn't updated their sets since 1994, I think it was. So their tool sets were not updated since 1994. And in the PDR Tool Time group, we are going to be releasing the rollout of their very first update of a tool set since 1994. And it's going to be sent here. It's going to be at my shop. So I'm going to be shooting video of it and everything like that. And somebody's going to win that $2,200 set of tools.
Dang.
It's awesome.
And his name is Richard, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know Richard.
He's like the marketing guy.
You know,
We
back
hang
in
out
the
with Richard at MTE, he's there. He's like he's always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a shout out to Richard. Richard, please call me. I have some tips I want you to make for MPDR tools. Please call me.
Yeah, Richard, call me, and I have some extra space on my cart for those new tools too. So,
and we are all on the testing group now, so we're going to be able to report to all you PDR Tool Time listeners out there the changes and innovations that we see coming from the company. And now I'm gonna give you guys a hint here, okay? So the biggest current giveaway that we have is $3,056, okay, for one set.
Item. It's one item or
one item.
Set?
One item. It's a mixture of items, but they all go together, okay? So you guys think about who that is, because we're at the end of this show. I'm going to run down the list of these folks that are dropping these tools on the PDR Tool Time Revolution and our Dent Trainer, Black Friday giveaway.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I think if you don't sign up for Dent Trainer, or if you haven't already, or you're going to, actually you should go to wait till Black Friday, so you'll be really close to the list, and then some guys on PDR Tool Time, the group, right? But damn, it's almost like everyone's going to get a freaking giveaway somehow.
I know. And anybody who renews as well during that time, you're good to go, man.
You know what the worst part is? None of us get any of these tools.
Yeah.
I know. We're all jealous.
Said, I guess I need to sign up for PDR.
Hey,
PDR get a discount code. We'll give you a discount promo code, dude.
It's better to give than to receive, my friend.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm going to have fun dropping them on y'all. It's going to get hopping in there. Be ready for it. And I'm going to crack it open right on Friday. So Friday is when it's going to drop. It's going to happen. Literally, we normally do it on Thursday, but we never get much action because it's Thanksgiving and it's my birthday. So we're opening up the sale on Friday.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Well, more. Stay tuned, because more is going to be revealed later on in the episode. Our past episode, episode 94, is all about the aluminum and high strength steel secrets, and you all need to tune into that, because myself, John, and Daniel were dropping some really good knowledge bombs and what we're doing to help ourselves out in that type of scenario with the high strength steel and aluminum. And Daniel, I think you got some feedback that you wanted to share with us on that.
Yeah, one of the guys, he texted me and he loved that we talked about the hot box, the differences between the cheap hot box and the new one, and then some of the techniques that we're using with the hot box. He didn't know any of those techniques. So, and then Greg Van Winkle, I talked to him today, and he also commented that he was loving that episode. He was checking us out. You guys know Greg, right?
Yeah, Greg's a good dude. We hung out at MTE last year with him. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's got that great looking shop he just opened up. And,
Arkansas. Yeah. Talking about the aluminum hot box, a little bit of a follow up on that. I'm going to tease something here that you guys don't even know about, but there is potentially going to be a class at MTE this year specifically about the hot box. It's going to be a paid class. It's being worked out right now, so we can't go into too many details about it.
Who's teaching it?
I'm not even going to tell you who's teaching it, but it's a master at the hot box, and it's going to be epic. If you're using the hot box, if you think about buying one, this is going to be something that you're going to want to go to. It hasn't been completely signed and sealed just yet, so I can't throw out the guy's name.
Dang, I don't even know about it, huh?
Nope, you don't. But we all will by next week when it's.
Do we know him though?
We do know him. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
I might think I know who it is. Okay. So, all right.
It's not Steve Huff.
I know.
Okay.
No, I think it. Oh, give me a hint. Did he attend? Hold on. Did he attend our Mega Media event?
I don't know. I don't think he did.
Okay. All right.
I'll talk to you about it after.
He did. He did. I can see that smile on Vince's face.
I'm trying to remember everyone there.
There's too many people.
Okay. All right. Well,
let's move on.
Damn, we got a lot of teasers in this friggin' podcast, man.
Yeah. So man. Other old news that we need to go over? Everything seems to be pretty calm on the front of PDR Tool Time Revolution Facebook page.
So guys have been calling me and ask me, going find out when I'm going to MTE and when they're going. Everybody's getting excited about MTE. It's about a month away, a little bit over.
No,
2 months.
2 months.
2 months away.
Oh shit! That's like, don't say that, dude. Don't say that.
Yeah, me and John are like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
it is
oh
2 months
no.
away. So 2 months, guys, buy your tickets, sign up, get yourself there and introduce yourselves to us.
I got a couple tech tips with that, which I found out. Try booking through vacations through the airline with your airfare and the hotel, because I heard that you get a better deal on the hotel fare. 2, we noticed that AAA discount is actually better than what we're getting through the MTE website. So those are 2 tech tips on MTE this year.
Daniel, did you book our what is it called? Cabana, whatever that thing is called?
Hotel.
I did that last year. And I called it.
Yeah.
You might want to cancel it and redo it.
Yeah, I've had mine booked for months, man. Yeah, we stay back in. Wait, should I tell them where we stay?
Yeah,
The secret. The villas. We stay in the villas.
Yeah.
Private parking behind the freaking hotel. And guess what? The villas just sold out when this podcast drops.
Hey, and if Benoit's listening, don't forget he's the one that makes us the great breakfast burritos, dude.
Oh, he better make some of them this year, man.
Who's that?
Did you taste one last year, man?
Yeah,
That was-
him and Shane Rosa, man. You guys kept bringing me food because people were realizing I wasn't eating and shit. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's
They
right.
did keep us fed.
I think
Yeah,
Daniel would show up with Chick-fil-A randomly. Here.
Who was bringing those?
Ben
Ben was.
Benoit.
Yeah, Ben.
Yeah.
was
Wait,
bringing
Shane Rosa helped make them, didn't he?
Yeah,
He
Shane
helped
and-
carry
and
him. He
Ben
helped
were
carry
taking
him.
care of us.
He helped carry him.
Ben's the chef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
so-
What else is going on?
Yeah, let's move on to our topic, because we're going to have a whole bunch of reveal stuff at the end here about things. So, Mike, you might bring us on to our topic, or Daniel?
Yeah.
Daniel.
So basically, I came up with, how has this show kind of changed our careers? And I really mean our Dent careers, not anything outside that. What has it done to our Dent business, the core of our Dent business? And so that's our subject. What would you guys say, Vince, has been the biggest impact that this show has on you? Obviously, it's got to be tools that you've gotten since you're using your tools from 1930.
Yes. Well, you know what? The PDR, since we started doing this podcast over a year ago, I have bought a lot more tools, and some of them I use on a daily basis that have saved a lot of time and energy. And, just talking to you guys and finding out different techniques with those tools and with the old tools has really changed my speed and bottom line brought me more money in my pocket. At the end of the day, this is a job. This is our career. We're trying to put food on our table, feed our families. And, having 4 guys on this podcast, myself included, sharing ideas and sharing techniques and tools has really, it's made a huge impact on me last year. Prior to the podcast, I did buy a tool a year or maybe 2, but I've bought quite a number of tools in the past year and a half now. And it's definitely, some of them are my daily users now. And I've been really happy with all the knowledge that you guys have given me. Mike, you have any input on this?
Dude, I mean, you guys know me and Daniel have been tool nuts before. I mean, we've always, me and Daniel sometimes we want to record, we should have recorded our own conversations. It should have been podcasts, but yeah. I think it's beyond just tools. I think it's really kind of enlightening that people are actually, they actually do listen, and they take it, they take it seriously. Like, oh, let me try this and let me see what it does. And, you guys got to admit though, tools do make a difference. I mean, they do. I mean, if you're still in the Stone Ages and you don't glue pole and you don't use R4 soft tips and you don't use adjustable handles and you don't use all these different apparatuses of glue, Kiko Super Tabs, the K-bars, all these things that actually can help you cold glue. Daniel, if it wasn't for you, sacrificing $450, I don't think we would have been as excited or as into the cold glue, because I use it almost on every big dent I come across. I use that to get it started. I know everybody's seen me do a lot of tutorials on it on Dent Trainer. I just did another one today, but I'm just saying it has changed the way that speeds up time. That's something that speeds up time. But I think more out of this, what I've got out of this podcast is seeing that other people got as much out of what our passion is, and what it carries over to what they do, what they can help them invest smartly in some tools that they might consider getting. So,
I mean, my dent work has gotten noticeably better in the last 2 years. I mean, some of the stuff that I'm doing, I always did big dents and big crushes and stuff, but it's coming out even better. I mean, today I worked on a Subaru front fender, and it had a body line, then it had a very slight reverse body line in the wheel well, and it was totally wiped out from this dent. And I was able to bring that back, that reverse body line back, which I don't think I would have done that before if I didn't have my VIP. My VIP, the VIP knockdown, when you're hitting that, it's concentrating its power to a very small point. Where other knockdowns, plastic knockdowns, it spreads it out further. Wouldn't you agree, John? Something like that?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It just depends, because I do use the VIP on certain spots, and I think that it works good for certain high spots that have like a little bit more, like a tight high spot with a little bit more width to it. And then I feel that if you take like a peak knockdown that's really sharp, almost like the black ones that Woody Cost sells, sometimes I got to use that for even tighter high spots when they're really sharpened down real tight. So it just depends. Like, I basically break it out based on that type of high spot, because I do believe the VIP is a very accurate for the pinches, but I also believe that you can even get a little bit tighter because of the size of the circumference on the end of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a slight bit wider than a peak that's been sharpened down, quite a bit. So it's interesting though, because when you're working on a panel, it's like a VIP knockdown will take down anything that's sharp on a panel that doesn't bounce at all. Like super, super sharp on panels that do not bounce. They don't have any flexibility on them. All right. Yeah. Sometimes a peak knockdown, I find that it drives down the real sharp ones on panels that have flexibility. You know what I mean? They have a little bit of bounce to them. So either way, I think they go back and forth with each other. You know what I mean? And you might not want to use that peak knockdown on a hard panel, because that thing might put a little poke in the paint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a really good point, because I now use consistently 4 different tips for every dent.
Join the club.
I used to only use one.
Join the club. I think the more you open, when I teach students, I say, look, I'm going to teach you 4 different ways. 4 different ways. And there's more ways to do this, but I want you to keep an open mind. And you see something online, you see something and it makes sense, and other guys are doing it and you're seeing them doing it. You got to give it a try. See if you like it. That's the thing about this, is that you really have to keep an open mind with tools, PDR tools. It goes to show you that if a tech has been doing it 10, 15 years and he really hasn't kept up on the new, systems or new techniques, new tools, but then you train a guy, John trains a guy that's only been doing it 2 years, but he knows 10 times more than the old school guy. You know what I mean? So he knows how to glue pole these days. He knows how to use cold glue. He knows how to reverse a crease different way, smoother, quicker, tighter. So those are some of the things that can bite you in the butt if you don't at least stay educated and aware of what some of the things could possibly help you with tools.
And I would say, as far as the way this podcast has changed me, what Mike said right there is hitting it like right on the head, because I am much more open-minded to understand tools and give them a fair chance. I mean, when I first seen Cola Fria come out, I was just like, I felt it was laughable at first.
Sure.
And then they started using it, and now I use it all the time. And stuff like that shocks you to the point where you're saying, like, don't ever discount anything without getting there and trying it. I'd say that's one way the podcast changed, the way that I feel about everything. And not to mention that at one point, you guys might not know this, I only had like 17 tools, and I was breaking them and not replacing them. And that's how I became good at glue pulling, because I had to glue pull everything, right? I mean, my long tool broke. I mean, that, now, fuck, I got to glue pull anything. It's further than, 25 inches away from me or something like that, right? So, but now I have just massive amounts of tools. Love it. But I want to tell you guys something. I'm going to step out of the tool genre of what it's done for me, or the quality genre, right? And I want to step into that. I get a lot of people that contact me that basically say that this is a channel where they got into, what we teach, what we do, how we try to change the way technicians not only look at their skills, but also their business, their life, and probably the most fulfilling thing, actually 100%, like I don't get as fulfilled when I do a dent removal as I get literally an email or a technician picking up a phone and basically telling us that like what we've done has changed their life. You know what I mean? Like somehow they stumbled up on the podcast and they were stuck. All right. Maybe they taken out a loan, a business loan. They were falling back in the hole. They were going to go back and get their factory job, or everything was bad. And somehow they stumbled up on this channel and they followed it. You know what I mean? Through all the little nooks that, we have available, they learned, and they are who they are today because of, whatever we were dropping. And that, in my opinion, is probably like the most important thing, or the best compliment that you can get in your life, is that you change somebody else's life.
Yeah. And John, I think you're exactly right. And you bring up a good point, because, there's been some chatter lately, and in the past I've heard it too. Last year someone was saying stuff, oh, you guys get all these free tools and you're in it for the money and this and that. And I don't think our listening audience realizes that we do this out of the passion of our industry. We're trying
we're not getting paid.
We're not getting paid a dime. We have never, ever, ever received a check from any tool manufacturer ever. Period.
Doesn't mean we won't accept one, though.
We will accept one.
Yeah, but all fairness, I mean, it takes, and I know Keith and Shane, they understand, like, it takes dedication to and commitment to bring these podcasts every week and plan it and help everybody else do it. And I'm not saying we want pat on the back. We're not saying that, but I don't want people to think that we're in it because we have some hidden intentions. That's not it at all. You guys,
I'm in debt because of this show, because of Mike making me buy all this fancy equipment. I had this nice little simple USB mic, and I thought it was good enough, but no, it was not good enough.
Dude, you can start your own radio station now, dude.
I can't.
Yeah, and all of us West Coasters, we rush home. I leave work at 4:00 to make it home to do this podcast, and because John's 3 hours ahead, and we don't want to keep John up all night doing a podcast. So we sacrifice our time, and we sacrifice our own money to bring you guys good, viable content that's going to help you guys in this industry and with your business, dropping knowledge bombs. And when we first did it, John's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to lay everything out there for everyone to hear. I'm like, shoot, do I really want my competition hearing what I do and what tools I use and things like that? And you know what? We've all laid it down on the table. We're completely transparent. And I think that's what's natural about us.
What have I always said about that, Vince? I've always said that you can't live with a spirit of, you got to live in a spirit of abundance. All right. If you live in a world of scarcity, that's what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I have had people say that. I'm like, we do Dent Trainer. I train people stuff like, or they look up and train your competition. I'm like, dude, I ain't done nothing but got more business since I started training people. You know what I mean? And it honestly, like, if people would stop looking at it like that. I mean, look, if you asked any other industry, all right. So if I asked you guys, I mean, like, do you guys think that there should be upper education in, let's say the medical field?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think there should be in maybe, I don't know, law? Like, do you think attorneys should be updated on current laws and things like that? Would you want your attorney to have future education?
Sure.
What about your craftsman, the guy who does construction? Would you like him to know the latest materials, techniques, stuff like that, and all that kind of stuff? What about the mechanic? Would you want them to have more education? Like everybody, you go down the line, and there is not one industry that I could say that, like, would you want them? I don't care if somebody's cooking fries. Would you want them to, like, know health codes and stuff like that, current health codes, updates, things like that?
Sure.
Right? You know what I mean? Any industry everybody wants education. And this industry is the only one that I've seen people go, oh my God, no, it's scarce. We're so scarcity. There's so little. Everyone's going to take it all away from me. You know what I mean?
There's too many dent guys.
And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like we're all big capitalists, right?
Well,
Until it hits home, and then we're socialists. You know what I mean?
Well, in a way, that's we kind of think backwards, John, a little bit. And that's, I mean, I hate to say it, but that's why we lower our prices, because we think if we lower our prices, we're gonna sustain, longevity, or we'll be able to keep that account, or but we have this reverse psychology that we think lower is better. This fear factor. That's basically what it is, John. You know what I mean? It's a fear factor, and it's, you know what it is? It's always in the head. It's always in the own. People create it in their own mind.
Always in the head, man. You know why? Because it's an interesting thing. You train one guy, he goes on his Facebook page, tells everybody he knows learns about it. You got probably 500 people that know about it, and then 500 people tell another 500 each people, and our market expands that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're still in a market that literally I could walk into my mall right now in Dayton, Ohio, and yell, "Hey, does anybody know what paintless dent removal is?" Among 500 people, and I would say maybe 50 hands would go up.
50, or less than that.
Pretty good.
Maybe less than that, right?
Yeah.
Could I say that about an auto mechanic? Hey, does anybody know what an auto mechanic is? Does anybody know what a butcher is?
Sure.
Everybody raised their hand, right? So we're still at a point in our market where going deep into the education, like what we're doing with the mega media stuff, and starting to bring our message to the people and attack our message like towards the people is paramount to like spreading, because people talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can. I could advertise somebody here in Dayton. He can know somebody in San Diego and tell somebody in San Diego about it.
I have a funny story about that. I got a call from Paul Corden 2 days ago. He was all pissed off because he had a customer in there, and he quoted a 6-inch crease for like $2,500 or something like that, some ridiculous amount. And he's like, "Hey, well, I got this dent done a year ago by Dents No More in California." It was an Army guy that was transferred to Washington for $125. So immediately Paul got on the phone with me. He's like, "What are you doing with your prices?" I'm like, "Dude, it was a door ding, $125." And he was a veteran. I offer veteran discount, but he's been hammering for the last 2 days. That's why you see some posts on the board right now, about my prices. That's having Paul on here, having
he's changed my life my business completely.
Absolutely. And the way that Paul has talked about the pricing, and John with his price guides, John, I didn't know who you were. I knew who you were, but I didn't talk to you all that much. I thought you were this loudmouth guy that did something for PDR Nation. It's like, all right, that guy's a hype man. And when Mike called me up and said, "Hey, let's do this. We've been talking about it for years, and now we got John on and Daniel." I'm like, "Okay, let's give it a shot." And I've learned so much from you, John, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to get all teary and start crying now.
You're just saying that because I called you handsome on my other podcast.
Yeah, that too.
Vince told me that made his day.
Yeah. So, the four of us have bonded together. And when we do these podcasts, it's four guys talking to each other. And we do have our audience in mind, of course, but we enjoy each other's company, and we enjoy exchanging all this knowledge on tools and techniques and business practices, because it's only benefiting us. And in return, it's benefiting you guys, because really we're having a conversation with four people.
Yeah. And I would say overall, I mean, us talking and pursuing this price, raising the prices, price charts and stuff like that, I have seen it across the board, people raising their prices. I'm not seeing as many people that there was like 10 years ago that were stuck in that $50 a dent mindset. And it is changing, and it is working. I mean, I have enough feelers out there, and we deal with enough technicians one-on-one that I'm seeing new guys coming in that are basically upping their standards higher than people that have been in it for 20, 25 years, because their minds are fresh, they're moldable, but they have to come through the right channels and learn the right things. Now, if they go get trained at some training mill out in California and they just get dumped out on the street, that's when they're out there working like you don't have a train. You know what I mean? Good. You don't have a training. You train people personally.
No, I know.
okay?
I know.
30 at a time.
Yeah, you train people personally, but you know what I'm talking about. These places just crank out students, right? And their techniques are outdated, their lights are outdated, their tools are outdated, and the students get out. And I honestly, I make a killing off these companies because I retrain their students all the time. That's my primary business, is retraining people, and I gear all of my stuff towards that. So, like, literally, these people are being thrown out with no idea of what to charge, what to do, no business sense, nothing. They're basically out there to sink or swim, and that's when pants get dropped, and that's when, they get desperate. And we hope that they find us and we can pull them through a different channel, a different way of thinking.
That's one thing I'm not hearing when I go to MTE. When I first started going back to MTE, I used to hear dent techs talking about and complaining about how the prices in their hometown are very, very low. I'm not hearing that as much anymore, and that's because of our show and because of PDR College and Paul Corden. And now with Mobile Tech RX, I mean, I just picked up an old body shop that I used to service, and they called me back. I don't know why they called me back, but I go in there and I said, look, I'm not looking for any more business, and I only do retail now. And they go, okay, that's fine. And I go, I don't make up my prices. My prices come from this phone now, from Mobile Tech RX. So it's a national thing. Our prices are across the board the same across the country. And they're going, oh, perfect. And I think if guys had more of that attitude, that they didn't care, because I didn't really care about getting the account. They'll get more yeses than nos, I think.
But going back on the price thing, look, even if you are in a market where maybe your prices aren't as high as they should be, all it takes is one of those guys, those competition guys, who goes, you know what? I've been listening to John Hiley, been listening to Paul Corden, and I'm on board with the Mobile Tech RX, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to follow that. I'm going to get on the new train here, and I'm going to try this route. And then next thing you know, he's the one that's making more money because he can sustain and justify what he's doing. And then you got the guy who's still stuck in his ways because he believes that he can't get that price. Mm-hmm. Now, wouldn't you rather be like, you know what? Wouldn't you rather now be one of those guys that are actually making more money? It's all about, I say, it's the mind, but now you have the tools and the ammunition to justify and sustain your prices. Look, man, I'm going to preach this more and more and more. I don't know what you're doing, you people out there who, if you are in the wholesale market and you're still at the same damn prices as you were 10 years ago, you got to wake up. You got to wake up. So
it's not just wholesale though, Mike. It's retail too.
I know. I'm just saying, I feel bad for the wholesale because it's hard to get out of that. It's hard to get out of that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think what I've learned from Paul and John and both you guys too, is that my ideal client has changed. You know what? I'm not that. I will do that $90 dent. I'm not going to do it for 75 like the other guys. You know what? You're not my ideal client. Go down the street and get it done for $75. And what has happened is I get better quality jobs. I'm working less and getting paid more is what ultimately it comes down to.
Yeah, and the thing is about your ideal client is basically this. Like, your ideal client would look at your price of $200 and look at the other guy's price of $75, and he would look at your marketing versus the other guy's market positioning. And look, anybody who's charging that little does not know how to market their company. Okay, that's how they market. They market by being low cost.
They sell
right?
price.
So that's their marketing, right? So it's going to appeal to low cost people, Craigslisters, stuff like that. Okay. But the other people, like, honestly, like me, if I went to a mechanic to work on like my Jeep and one of them said 200 and the other one said 450, but the one that said 450 just looked legit. All of his stuff looked great. He had great reviews. And the other one was like advertising on Craigslist. There's no way I would take it there, man. Yeah. I just don't roll like that.
Think about the mindset of that tech that's charging $50. Do you think his mindset is geared to make that dent look perfect? No, he's going, oh, that's $50 worth right there. And he's going to stop about 75%.
Yeah. Cause he's got 7 other ones to do that day that make the same amount of money if he would have charged the right amount.
And he knows, like we all know, hey, I'm going to park this in the sun and and the right lighting, that dent's going to look okay to that customer. I'm down the road.
And literally, the guy could spend $10,000 to make his company look more professional and somehow change his mindset, because that's got to happen. The mindset's got to change, right? $10,000 to make his company more professional and make $100,000, or let's just say $50,000 extra every year. Okay. What does that come to like in 10 years, in a 10-year career? That's an additional $500,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and if you do it right, you'll make 75,000 extra a year, or potentially 100,000 extra a year. If you hit a hailstorm and your marketing positioning's correct, you may make millions because of that. And I mean, that's the type of game that we're in. So things have got to be done right, done correct, and you got to put yourself out there to be geared towards the right type of customer.
Yep. And you're either going to pick the high end market, or you're going to pick the low end market. And we all know the low end market doesn't work, because we've all been there already. We've all been there. We know the high end market works, and people who care about their cars, and they're not as picky as you think they are. They just want it done right. They don't want to complain. That if the people who want it done cheap, they're actually the ones that are the most pickiest too. So, I'm just saying, you got to pick the market you're in.
And you know why they're the most pickiest, Mike? They're trying to find flaw in your work so they can get the price down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like looking around like, I'm paying $75. Let's get them down 25.
Real quick, I've been using this reply, and I get them on the phone, and they're like, well, I'll quote them a price for $300, right? And then they'll go, oh, I'll do it. Can you do it for 200? I said, you know what? I'll do it for 200, but I'm only going to spend no more than an hour on it. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, that's exactly what I mean. For $300, I'm going to take as long as it takes to get it out. But
I used to do that.
It's a time limit, because now they're like, okay, that's it, man. An hour, because I'm going to get $200 an hour, and that's all they're going to get. So
if they were smart, they would wait the hour out and come out and be like, okay, I'll pay you that extra 100.
Yeah.
Or they come out and be like, oh no, that looks fine.
Yeah.
I used to tell people, oh, I thought you wanted deluxe dent removal. You want economy dent removal. That's only an hour's worth. And then I stop.
Yeah. You give them the Robert De Niro look,
Off topic.
But anyways, I'm just saying there's so many different variables becoming a successful tech, doing good repairs with tools.
Well, let me ask you this question, Mike and Vince and John. Has having more tools, because we have more tools because of this show, has it sped up your work? For me, it has. I've noticed a big difference in my large dents. I used to have 4-hour, 5-hour dents. Now I'm finishing pretty much all my big dents in less than 3 hours, down to 2 hours now.
I answered that question, but very methodically. More tools doesn't mean you're going to be better.
He froze up.
I think you meant by not by just more tools, but having the right tools and current tools.
You're right.
Does it make a difference? Yes, I think 100%, because you could have 2 or 3 different types of tools that do the same thing. But I think is that what you meant though, kind of in that way?
Yes, I did. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I find now, because, and I'll tell you, this podcast has done a lot to shift my mind as far as the pricing things that we're talking about, the market positioning, stuff like that. And basically what I'm finding now is that big dents are coming out so much quicker. I'm much pickier on what I take in. Okay. And I've actually got the system down to the point where I got such great customers and we're getting such good money on these dents that a lot of times I can schedule anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200 here in my shop. And I can start at it at 9 a.m. and have it completely done by noon.
Right.
3 hours. 3 hours. And, do I get big money out of the jobs that I'm doing? Of course. Right. And are they moving along way, way faster with techniques like Colafria, all these tools that we're talking about here? Absolutely. But that's ideally what you want to do. And especially if you're in my position where I got to spend the other half of my day running other businesses.
Yeah, definitely.
I like, go ahead, Danny. You were going to say something?
I was going to kind of shift gears. One of the favorite things for me is just being able to work with all the tool makers and all the little guys, coming up with little guys coming up with tools like the moose knuckle, and being able to put our 2 cents in on that and help that design come out even better than it did, or the initial thing. And then having relationships with all the tool makers. And now they're asking us questions of what they should come out with, or what they can do to make things better. And that example of Dent Craft, that kind of stuff really juices me. That's the kind of stuff that I really like.
And Daniel, you see it as well on our Facebook page, on PDR Tool Time Revolution Facebook page, where guys are coming up with some really innovative things and throwing them out there, or techniques, or a tool that every day is an everyday use, but it's used in a different way, that they're thinking out of the box. And I think our community on our Facebook group is fantastic too, because I monitor it. I keep off the troublemakers. If people are getting really negative, I ask them not to on the back end and stuff like that. But I want everyone to be able to come onto that group and feel comfortable sharing their ideas and their thoughts with tools and their techniques, and make it a very wholesome, not wholesome, that's the wrong word, wholesome, because I don't care if people swear and cuss out and stuff like that. But I want it to be a very welcoming place where people could come with ideas and share it within the community. We have almost 3,000 people in our group now, and they're all legitimate people. I screen every single one that goes in there. If they're not a dent removal technician or paint technician or anything in our industry, they're not in there. So, it's a comfortable place where they could come and share ideas like you're talking about, Daniel, not just the big tool companies as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, John's got you designed a whole set of tools from PDR Finesse, right?
Yep. Sure did.
Yeah, and that kind of thing is just really concentrating what tools go in a specific set. What you like, what works. You're not getting a bunch of tools that you're not going to use, which is really cool.
And it's so amazing because the people who purchase the set, they always reach out to me. And it's so funny to hear that, like, finally they have all the tools that they watched in my videos. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I was like, okay, now I know what you're talking about because I have the tool. Yeah. And then I added some bonus ones in there too, like just some things that I always wanted, and I don't know. I just believe, to me, it's really, really functional set. I love it, and I'm sure everybody has their own tailored sets and stuff like that. So you can feel that way about yours. I definitely feel that way about mine. But it's like one of them things that once you do things a certain way for so long, you need them type of angles and them tools. And then if people are learning from you, they want that stuff too.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what, Daniel, we've got to give you a little bit of props too, because honestly, if you didn't design that motorcycle vice stand, I wouldn't be able to do half the tanks I'm doing right now either. So, I mean, that gives some props. A well thought out stand, and I'm working on a nasty tank right now, which I thought was going to be okay, but the dent itself is just horrible, and it's taken me 4 days to just get it started. So, and without that tank being rock steady, or the vice stand being rock steady, that tank would be moving all over the place. I'd never be able to see my tool, and I'd be friggin' there. I'd have to give it back. So
you're right, Mike. That happened to me maybe a month ago. I had to give one back, and I knew that I needed Daniel's tank stand. At that moment, I was like, literally, I tried to mount it to something, and it needed to be flipped up on its side. It needed to be stronger leverage, and I also needed that round thing that Daniel puts on the cylinder fuel injection things to leverage off of. Because that damn, one of the main reasons I gave up on it was because of that. Because your tool will be slipping and sliding there, crunching stuff that's in there.
Or your finger.
Yeah, that's not good. And the dent was just so deceiving, and it was cranked in the bottom corner. And I just gave it back. I was like, here you go, man. So I said, send it to Daniel Grom. I was like, call him. So I don't know if the dude called you, but I didn't want anything to do with it.
Appreciate that. Thanks. But,
so what are we going to move on to?
Yeah.
What are we moving on to, Vinny?
We're moving on to the big Black Friday sales Dent Trainer event. John's going to run down all the $16,000 worth of tools that are going to be out there.
Right.
We do have some stuff for PDR Tool Time listeners too, right? Or not?
Yeah. We're going to be doing some exclusive giveaways, and you guys know how I'm going to do it. And if you guys haven't, we didn't talk about that yet, so Mike doesn't remember because it was last year. No. But let's just say be ready to get your Wheaties out, maybe stay up all night, because I might do some weird wake up in the middle of the night giveaways and stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to be dropping some cool stuff out there and get you guys rolling and going. And but yeah, it's I'll tell you what, for anybody who decides to sign up for denttrainer.com and basically support what would be the world's largest educational forum in our industry, get in there, learn some stuff, be part of the Ask Mike and John series. Now, look at some of the amazing videos. Daniel put an awesome motorcycle PDR video in there. There's more motorcycle PDR content than anywhere. I've done a ton of them. Mike's done a ton of them. Daniel's done a ton of them. It's just half the stuff we talk about on this show, I describe by our website. I mean, you could go there and look at the high strength steel that I was talking about last week. You could look at the shocking technique. You could see the scientific test that we ran on heat in the aluminum panels. I mean, it's over 400, probably 500 videos now inside of that library.
You'll be lost for days in there.
I mean, it is a massive, and I mean, if you guys think you get an education here, that's great, because we're going to keep you up to date, but we're going to keep you up to date there by video. And I'm telling you, it's the best form of education that we absolutely have out here in this industry. It goes deep in some of the worst dents ever recorded, and you guys would just love it.
You know, I want to speak to the dent tech that's arrogant and thinks he can't learn anything. But if you go to Dent Trainer and just learn about the business portion of Dent Trainer, just learning how to use Facebook and advertise, that's worth it alone.
Yeah, we got an entire business section dedicated to that stuff, downloadable documents. I mean, just all kinds of I can even think of all the stuff we have. It's a massive, and
plus they get discounts. They get that tool discounts too.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You get tool discounts all year round. And then you also become part of our Dent Trainer exclusive group, where we have members that we do live videos all the time and stuff like that, answer questions. I mean, it's really a community. It's being part of a team. And, we want more of that.
Yeah. So what's crack-a-lack and what's
Are y'all ready to go with this? Okay.
Before you go into that, John, do we know, you guys have been talking to other tool companies. Are there any other Black Friday sales that we need to announce for any other companies?
Yeah. I've got them all listed right here along with the giveaways. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, Black Friday sale for push metal gear that you go to cddents.com is basically they're going to be doing free shipping with no limit. So you can get everything on their website, free shipping, but they're going to be giving away 3 packages. It's going to be a big man package, a winter package, and a wardrobe package, which basically is like a group, like a wardrobe package, gray long sleeve, black short sleeve, gray short sleeve, and white trucker snapback hat. And all of these packages are going to be valued at $325. I'll go deeper on all this stuff on our next podcast. I'm just going to kind of announce what it is and what the price is. The next podcast is going to drop on either the Thursday or Friday of this week. We're going to go really, really deep talking about this stuff. And the next one is going to be the Magnatech Matt. And Vinny was going to give 1, and I called him a cheap fucker, and then he said, I'll give you 2.
Give you 2? No, that is Vinny, man.
Yeah, so he said, I'll give you 2. And then he's like, I haven't even made my money back on this thing, man.
He's all, do you want the magnets in it, though?
Yeah. So that's magnatechmat.com, and the 2 mats are like $274 value, okay? So we go on up to Dent Tools USA. We're going to be giving away a CarePoint Carbon Hail Rod, $224. And that's a solid, I think, hail rod. And then some glue tabs.
All right, wait, hold on. I know I'm a cheap bastard, but listen, I have the biggest sale event going on with the Magnatech Mat. Just in case you guys don't win it on the Dent Trainer event, yes, I am offering 25% off my off purchases and free shipping.
Well, see, I didn't even know that, man.
Yes, I did not put that down. Everyone in my mailing list got it. It's 25% off a mat purchase and free shipping. And also, if you get a doodah, you will get free shipping. I cannot discount the doodahs at all because they're international. I make little to no money off of them at all. But free shipping on the doodahs and free shipping and 25% off of mat purchases. Go.
My boy, that's good.
Nice.
And then we've got drewstools.com, who's going to be giving away a pimp stick carbon rod, solid carbon rod, $225. And then we're going to be giving away 4 of Daniel's signature fatty $90 each titanium giant flat tips.
I like those tips.
Love those things.
They're like
Awesome
the purple
tip.
ones. Daniel talks about them all the time.
Love
And just a heads up, something Drew's doing right now. I don't know if you guys did this, you guys seen this, but everything that is bought off his website, the drewstools.com, is going to get 20% of it's going to be going to helping a young man named Ford get a service dog.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, I saw that post. That's awesome, man.
keep the heads up on that. Yeah, there's a GoFundMe account right now, and it's on Drew's Facebook page. So check out Drew's Tools Facebook page, and that's spelled DRUZTOOLZ. But you can check it out, and it's right up at the top, and that's a young man named Ford that Drew knows. He's gonna help him get a service dog that he needs. Okay,
Cool.
And then we got Shane Jack's PDR. Is that what the name of his website is? I didn't get that. Shane Jack's, or is it the jackhammer.com?
Yeah.
You can look that up.
So anyhow, you guys know Shane. Everybody knows Shane, okay? So he has given away 2 complete pro sets, which is like 3 of his hammers, the big one, the medium one, the small one. I think that's like 18, 12, and the smaller one's like a 6-inch one. And then all the edge jacks, and I mean all that stuff that Shane sells. 2 complete packages. Each one's valued at $639. That's a total of $1,278 that Shane's given away, okay?
Yeah, nice.
It gets better than that with these guys, though, okay? Because I labeled PDR College up here on its own. Tactical PDR, I'm giving away 2 18-inch Punishers, $200 each, and 2 tactical originals, blending balls, all that stuff, $900 total. And I haven't put it in here, but I'm giving away some tactical swag. So all weekend, hats, shirts, stuff like that's going to be flying out the door. And they're going to be going on y'all's backs, all right? I might even do some Dent Trainer exclusives with that. And we will be doing it up. So Black Plague, Keith Cosentino, he's going to be giving away $328 worth of glue tabs, Black Ice, the gangrenes, a big set of the gangrenes, and then tab weld glue. All that stuff, phenomenal. Y'all need it all. It's wonderful. Okay. Now we're starting to get into the nitty gritty, y'all. The nitty gritty. Okay. Here we go. Let's start off with the TDN for Black Friday Black Edition tool cart.
Damn, I hope I win that one, dude.
You're not eligible. You probably already got one, dude.
You already have one.
I know. Like, listen to that.
Me
That
and
is
Vince don't have one.
I want it. I want it.
That is an $820 cart, badass hail cart, one of the coolest ones I've ever seen. And then just a heads up for all the UK people out there, they have 25% off of their site-wide on Black Friday.
25%? Nice.
25%. It might be Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Okay.
In case you guys never ordered from TDN, I don't think because it's from the UK, it's going to take forever to get it. They've been known to actually
They're
ship
better
your stuff.
than Amazon.
Yeah. Ship your stuff faster than the local PDR tool companies.
Yeah. So the next one is Anson Tools. And they are going to be giving away an adjustable door tool by A1. It's a $150 value. And a TDN hood stand. That dope hood stand, y'all. That dope hood stand you guys see out there.
I'm going to tell you, it's legit.
$1,050 hood stand.
You got to be kidding me.
Going to be given away. And then they're also having a Black Friday sale that's going to be free ground shipping on orders over $100. And you also get entered in a contest to win a $100 gift card.
I'm going to sign up on her A-list.
Yeah. So that is amazing, phenomenal. Okay. And then we got Ultra Dent Tools, and Steve just got back with me. I mean, it was like an hour ago for the podcast. So he has giving an accordion expandable stainless hood and trunk rack with 14 HBK. I don't know what that is, but it's a $500 item. Okay. $495. And these are new things. So he hit me up and he said, there's only one that's not new. And I think it's like a hood stand or something like that. But he's also given away a Dent Tricks 14-inch 6-strip LED Makita powered mini light.
Yeah, that's like a hybrid of their light and James's Lee's like setup, like his battery system and lock line system. So that's really, really nice.
$365 light. Okay. He's also given away a 38-inch LED Dent Tricks 6-strip LED light fixture with A, B color, $595 value.
Yeah.
Another light we're dropping, okay? Also got a 90 degrees quick release ratchet handle 16 position set. 200.
You know what that is, right?
No. Oh, that's the
quick release. It's a quick release handle, but it's also built-in ratchet. in it. So
Oh
that's,
yeah,
that's
boy.
Nobody's ever seen it except he showed it at the Mega Media event.
Mm-hmm.
It is legit, people. I mean, it is so cool, man.
16 position, dude.
So just to give you a heads up again, what is it? You can take the handle off, okay, but you can obviously pop it back on, and you can, and it's a built-in ratchet too now. So now you can ratchet with it on the tool,
but you can put it on any of your Ultra Dent tools
or any tool,
and make them ratchet.
Yeah, or any tool that has an octagon that you had a finesse tool and you want to put a octagon on it or something, or any other tool. So
That's
it's
awesome.
it's
Now, that's a
legit.
$200 handle, guys. So I feel sorry for the guy that gets this and doesn't have any Ultra ones because he's gonna have to go out and spend a bunch of money on Ultra's website.
But he'll be better off that way.
He'd be better off that way, right? So he's gonna get it and he's like, I got a handle. Now I need to buy the rods. But that is amazing, man. That's so cool. And then the next one, okay, would be Shane and Keith's PDR College Advanced Skills Seminar. We have a ticket that we're giving away where Mr. Mike Toledo here is going to be speaking at it. And one ticket is a $1,795 value. I think that's correct.
Yep.
I haven't looked.
How much is it?
I think it's $1,795.
Oh, I thought you said 700. I'm like, no, it's a little more than that.
No, I'm pretty sure it's $1,795. It might be $1,995.
Yeah.
Don't correct me if I'm wrong here, guys. But anyhow, it's like close to $2,000, all right? An advanced skills seminar ticket. This is going to get you entry into that seminar, 3-day seminar. And next week, we're going to have some details. So I'm talking to Keith tomorrow, and he says he's basically dropping some knowledge on me about the seminar that we're going to be able to release on this next podcast and during this event that's supposed to be really, really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. But as of now, that's what I can tell you. We got one ticket to give away to the Advanced Skills PDR College Seminar. The next one is Mobile Tech RX, boys and girls.
Our boys. Yes.
Our boys. Yeah. So look, we might be debuting a special feature during this, okay? So they think it's going to be done 2 days before Black Friday. But can't talk about that yet. Literally $1,000 account credit to one person is going to receive $1,000 account credit, okay? And then 10 people are going to receive $100 credits.
So
That's looking good.
They were smart the way they structured it. They got a big one in there and a bunch of little ones, which keeps their name flowing through the whole event.
Yep.
Smart structure. They thought that out. Good job, guys. Good job. So, and the next one, okay, is, and I hit on this a little bit earlier, the Dent Craft Tools new Pro set, valued over $2,200. And this is the first set inspired by our constructive criticism. They took it and went to the office.
Right on.
They didn't pout. They didn't say, oh, well, they're picking on us. They said, maybe these guys might know what they're talking about. Right?
Time for powwow.
Time for a powwow. And then they went to the drawing board and they said, dude, let's do things different. Let's do things different. I love that. Innovation, man. That's how you impact stuff. Great. So
that's how you grow. That's how you grow too.
Yep. That's going to be dropping. And just a heads up, they have like a structured sale going on with their whale tails and their wires and some other tools. I'll get it deeper into it like next week, but it's something like if you buy like 5 of them, you get like a 15%. And then if you buy 10 of them, you get like a 25%. And then your percent keeps on going up the more that you purchase.
Yeah. And you can mix and match. Sorry, John. You can mix and match your whale tails because that's what they always tell me. So you don't have to buy a set.
Yeah. So I'll give you greater details on that. He just dropped that to me and I kind of seen an excerpt of it on my phone. So next will be the biggest one, guys. If you guys guess what it is, this is a $3,056 giveaway. Okay. This is the whale so far, unless somebody else jumps in and taps me on the shoulder and says, hey, get this in there. You know what I mean? A trip to freaking Jamaica or something like that. Right. Which would actually be kind of cool. But this is a $3,056 set. And if you guys haven't guessed yet, it's coming from Todd Zimmerman over at Carbon Tech.
Damn.
And he just shot me a photo of this, guys. This is like everything he makes packaged for the Hell Rod, all thrown in one giant package. And it is just going to be a setup. It's going to be shipped in like this container thing that he ships it in. And it is so legit. He shot me pictures. He's getting ready to send me some videos of it. And we're so excited. Like Todd is pumped. And Todd loves that like he came out to the Mega Media event. He set up his stuff there, and the guy has phenomenal stuff. I think it comes with a color too, a light color. He said the light color ended up throwing it up to $3,056.
That's our man Alec Baldwin did. So
he basically we're giving away everything he has, but a hood stand.
And the only reason, solid, dude.
The only reason we can't get the hood stand right now is because it's sold out, and he's trying to make some more.
I'll be honest with you, man. His products are legit. I mean, I have the hood stand, I have the hail rod. It's done right, man. But no matter if you get this package, you're gonna be thrilled. So,
and he's in the air about whether he's going to do a Black Friday sale or not. I've been trying to talk him into it, twisting his arm, so you guys might see something there. If you guys do, we're going to be dropping that stuff. We're going to be talking about it during the whole event. But I mean, look at this, guys.
That's a good point, because Greg Van Winkle posted on my post that he's waiting for some kind of sale. So you got one sale if you do a Black Friday deal. This guy will buy a rod from you.
And I'm telling you guys, like literally, you get into Dent Trainer, you either renew or you subscribe. You're going to be put in a pool to win this stuff. And I'm telling you, I mean, there is a lot of tools being dropped here. I mean, your chances of winning are pretty high. It's not like the lottery where you play and it's like being struck by lightning. This is definitely, your odds are going to be much, much greater. I can't even tell you how many stuff I just talked about giving away. But I mean, every evening, all the time, throughout Friday, all the way through after Monday. So it's going to go on until Tuesday. Tuesday is going to hit the grand finale when we really start kicking out the big stuff. We'll give some big stuff here and there up until like probably getting into Monday, but Tuesday is when the grand finale really, really kicks off. And that's when we know that everybody who's came in from the overnights and all that stuff, and we calculate, put them in the system. And then that's when we just blow it out of the water, guys.
Yeah.
The best thing though, is you don't have to go anywhere. You can do all this at home, sitting
on your phone.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to do a little bit on the phone, but I'm also going to do a little bit from our webinar platform. So we can literally go live we could go live right now in PDR Tool Time group, and all of us could be in there talking just like we are right now. And literally people could be posting messages and we would see it on the Facebook wall. So I pulled my hair out. I don't have much, but I pulled my beard out.
We should do a live podcast on there.
Yeah. So I got it set up a couple weeks ago for our Mega Media Mastermind group, where we put on webinars and stuff like that, teaching people Facebook Ninja stuff and a lot of other marketing training and things like that. But we can also launch it. No problem at all. I'm going to be launching it right there in PDR Tool Time Revolution.
That's awesome. And I'm sure a couple of more companies will be jumping in by the time we launch Black Friday. So, man, I would assume they would. So,
and I think we're good if they don't, because
it's true.
You know what I mean? It's on all honesty. This is a lot of these 16 grand, Mike. We only had 7,000 to give away last year.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's twice as much.
Well, I hope you do the webinars. That way we could individually or collectively all join in at the same time and have a laugh with you dressed as a reindeer or, Santa's helper or whatever.
Oh, brother, I'll send you a link, man.
Well, if you're going to dress up, I'm going to dress up.
Oh, guys, we might be getting somewhere now, guys.
Here we go again. Here's the dress up thing coming. All
right.
Okay, we get into quick tech tips or not?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I'll give you a tech tip. You better sign up for Dent Trainer over the weekend, because we're going to be rolling it out. All right. Get in there, do it. I think we're going to have quarterly specials for as low as $89 to get you into this thing. And we're going to be having the yearly specials at the $297. And I mean, get in there, get involved, and you got a good chance of winning. That's my tech tip.
And keep in mind, this is a write-off too. This is a company write-off.
Yeah.
100%.
Good stuff.
100%. And the smart people use the tool discounts inside of there to make their money back. I see it all the time. We get an email every time it's used, and I see what they're going after, and they give an explanation of how much they're going to spend, and like literally we see them discounts going out all day long. We get emails. It says, hey, this guy's getting a discount. This guy's getting a discount.
Yeah. Okay, tech tip. I'm going to go. Okay.
Hey, stop sucking eggs. It's time for PDR Tech Tips.
I got a text message from a guy named Brian Romer. He said, hey, Mike, check out some Gorilla double side tape and then put on your flat crease tabs. Works really good. I was like, okay, that's a pretty cool tech tip. So yeah, take some Gorilla double-sided tape, put it on your crease tab. You could probably put on your flat Kiko tabs too if you wanted to do that. See if that will
a poor man's cola fria.
Yeah. See if that'll work. Give it a shot. So quick and easy tech tip.
My tech tip is, I was using the Kiko they're big, huge tabs, right? And when you're squeezing glue out, you can only squeeze so much glue out on some glue guns, right? And what I ended up doing is taking one of Keith's crease tabs, and I used it like a spatula, and I spread it all over that whole big tab, and I used less glue and spread it all the way through around the whole edges to get the whole thing covered.
Go after him, Mike. Come on. What? You got on me about this in the past.
Go. What? You go ahead. You go ahead. You do the honors.
You don't have to fill the whole tab.
I was working a big dent. I wanted the whole thing covered. I wanted to make it. I didn't want any.
You didn't want it to come off, huh?
I didn't want any air pockets because I was pulling with my big hustle stick. And when you're cranking on that hustle stick, you don't want it to release, because if it releases it,
Are you talking about your pogo stick? You're saying?
Yeah.
It's actually called the hustle stick.
Yeah.
That's what.
Damn, you give me so many terms: hustle, pogo, Pokemon stick. I don't know. Yeah. All right. So is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
That's a good podcast, man. There's like a lot of information in this one. Jeez.
Yeah,
all
boys.
Right, guys, level up your tools
and join the revolution.
We out of here.